ese cholo.
All right, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the hotel room. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. Yes, man. Guess where I'm at, Holmes? Guess where I am at? Move this out the way. All right. I am at State Line, Primm, Nevada, homie. Okay. I come here pretty damn often, but I'm just gonna ramble for a few minutes. So if anybody's watching this in the archives and wants to get to those details, we get to those details at the 5 minute mark. I came across a question here, and the question is, which of these 80s cult classics belonged in every VHS collection? All right. They Live, The Last Dragon, Streets of Fire, or Repo Man? Okay, I can easily eliminate two of these movies. Easily. Okay. To me, Repo Man, I can eliminate that one. All right. I can eliminate that one. Streets of Fire, you know what? I could eliminate that one as well. Okay. It's either going to come down to They Live or The Last Dragon. They Live with the hot rod, Roddy Piper. Gosh, man, one of the best fight scenes in all cinematic history, dog, on the real. Am I getting a text right now? Oh, yeah, I am. Let me silence this. In the alley where he fights his bald-headed black homie, dog, that's one of the best fight scenes ever, man. Okay, it's either gonna be that one or The Last Dragon. Streets of Fire, Repo Man, they don't match up to The Last Dragon or They Live. So it's either gonna be one of those two. Gosh darn it, dog. Bruce, I was gonna say Bruce Leroy. The Last Dragon. You had to watch it. You had to watch that movie back then. You had to watch it back then. If you watch it today, with no knowledge of what it really meant back then, you're gonna be like, man, this sucker is just too damn corny, Holmes. You know what I mean? They Live, it could somewhat be on that category. Man, I'm having a tough time with choosing with one or the other. It's definitely not gonna be Streets of Fire or Repo Man. Last Dragon or They Live. Man, I think overall I would probably have to go with The Last Dragon. That's a tough one. That's a tough decision for me. It really is. But if I think about what's gonna entertain me throughout the movie, both of them are classics. Both of them are badass classics. I don't think there's a wrong answer unless you're going to go with Repo Man or Streets of Fire. But both of them just badass classics. But to watch a movie from beginning to end, I think I'd go with The Last Dragon. However, like I said, you had to watch that movie back then. Because if you're barely going to be introduced to that movie today, yeah, it's probably not gonna live up to the hype, man. You're probably gonna look at it and be like, "What the heck is this? This is way too damn cartoonish." But it means a lot to those that watched it back then. Bruce Leroy, right, and The Last Dragon and all that. But damn it, They Live is just a badass movie too. Gosh, dog, best fight scene in all cinematic history. The movie They Live with the hot rod Roddy Piper. He fights his homie in the alley. It doesn't get any better than that. It does not get any better than that. Best fight scene ever, dog. All the martial art movies, all that stuff. That's good. That's great. That's dandy. I'm a fan of those. But give me that fight scene. Give me that fight scene. Badass. All right. So why am I talking about this? I'm going to talk about this list here. I'm talking about why am I even going to talk about Primm Valley shutting down, closing their doors for good? Well, because it's actually pretty important to me. And the reason why it's important to me is because I stay here. I'm here now. I'm at Primm Valley Resort and Casino, which is the last casino open here at State Line. And I stay here about 2 times a week. I'm a trucker. I'm on the road. And I'm usually back and forth from Nevada to California, right? And this is where I always stay. And this is where I've been staying for many years, many years. What I used to stay at Buffalo Bills and then went and stayed at Whiskey Pete's, which they changed the name to Terribles. And I didn't stay there too long. And then they moved us here to Primm Valley and then went back to Buffalo Bills. And now since they shut it down, we're here at Primm Valley. So I've been staying here for many years. And this is really going to affect me and other drivers, other truckers, because there's nothing really close by. And I've been thinking about what am I going to do, right? What am I going to do? Because there is a large piece of land where I can't stay anywhere else. From leaving Nevada, from leaving Las Vegas, I believe the M is the final casino before you start hitting open land on your way to Gene, which I'll get to in a second. And once you hit State Line Primm, that is the last, basically, little site of civilization until you get into Yermo, which is just a little bit before Barstow if you're heading north to south. And that's a nice long stretch. Now, you could say Baker, but here's the thing. Believe it or not, as it stands right now, there's nowhere to stay in Baker. They used to have a motel called the Royal Hawaiian Motel. They shut that down years ago. I remember I made a video about it. It was abandoned and the building was still up. Since then, it's been knocked down. That place has not been open for years. There is nowhere to stay in Baker. There's no motel, there's no hotel, there's nowhere to stay. So the closest place to stay is in Yermo, which is just basically it's pretty much Barstow. Okay, it's just a little bit before Barstow if you're heading from north to south. And that's not right down the street. That takes time. That is a lot of miles to get to. That's a little bit of a mission. It's not just right down the street. So with the hours that I have to work and to get there, I'm not sure if I can make it work. I'm not sure if I can wing it, stretch it out that far. But, you know, that's something that I've been thinking about. That's why this place came in handy for many, many, many years. Now, when COVID hit, they went ahead and they shut down Buffalo Bills and Whiskey Pete's. Everybody calls it Whiskey Pete's, even though it hasn't been called Whiskey Pete's in a long time. It's been called Terribles. That's been shut down for quite a while. I didn't stay there too long, but that's been shut down for quite a while already. So COVID, they went ahead, they shut it down, but Buffalo Bills, that is. And then they reopened it. When they reopened it, I went back and I was staying there. And then just recently, they shut it down again, and that's it. Now, the word that I had gotten was that they shut it down for renovations. That was going to take about 2 years. I thought, oh, okay. cool, you know. And they just redid the sign, some digital advertisement sign right off the freeway. Sucker came out badass, and they did that sucker just months ago. And now word comes down that, hey, you know what? Everything's shutting down. It's all going down. Let's go ahead and let's play this video right here. I got a few videos I want to go ahead and throw up. Let's go ahead. Let's play this one.
So what will be left in Primm after the last casino closes and hundreds of employees move out of their housing there? That's the question that has yet to be answered.
That's one thing right there, okay? The people that work here in Primm, Nevada, they all live here. There's a housing complex behind this casino. And I always seen it. I barely found this out maybe about 2-3 months ago. Because at first I was thinking like, okay, are those vacation homes? Do people live there? Like, who would just go and live there, right? And I was thinking like, well, maybe it's retirement home. Maybe older folks, you know, go buy a little condo there and they're here, you know. But no, the people that work here in Primm, from all the casinos, all the stores, all the gas stations, everything, even the ones that work at the lotto store, which is technically in California, they live there. And from talking to a couple people, I've been staying here for so many years, man. They know me. Talking to workers here, they live there for free, man.
Big rig yet to be answered. Hundreds of employees move out of their housing there. That's the question that has yet to be answered.
They have till July 16th to move out.
Big rigs lined up at the Flying J truck stop outside of the shuttered Whiskey Pete's.
Okay, Whiskey Pete's has been shut down. It's been shut down, but there's a Flying J truck stop, which is what you see right here. I've trucked it. I've shown you guys that truck stop numerous of times. That truck stop is always popping, and there's a lot of room for parking for trucks. That will be shutting down.
Shuttered Whiskey Pete's. Nearly every pump is taken on a Wednesday evening.
A lot of people, you know, they depend on these places, you know, for food, showers, things like that and everything, you know, because we live on the road.
The truck stop parking lot is a safe place to take a break that many drivers have relied on for decades.
Well, it kind of sucks because a lot of times I run out of drive time right here. So this is where I sleep. Like, I'm just waking up right now and about to hit the road.
One of the hardest things in trucking now is that we don't have enough parking as it is. And we find a lot of people parking on ramps and stuff and rest areas and everything just to make up for the lack of parking.
While there are other gas stations in G.
Dog, that is a lot of parking that's right here. I don't know if you guys can see my arrow. And then behind the parking structure, the parking continues. This sucker has a lot of parking back here, all through there, man. It's very roomy.
And at Yates Wells Road, about an 8-minute drive into California, between Baker and the Vegas Valley, Primm has the only EV and Tesla chargers. Fox 5 reached out to Tesla to see if they will remain on once nearly everything.
Hang on, I want to make sure I got that correct. What is she saying?
Road, about an 8-minute drive into California, between Baker and the Vegas Valley, Primm has the only EV and Tesla chargers.
Okay, yes, because in Baker they do have Tesla rechargeable.
Fox 5 reached out to Tesla to see if they will remain on once nearly everything else is closed. As of this report, we have not heard back.
Isn't this where they have the Bonnie and Clyde car?
Yep.
What are they going to do with that?
That's another big question.
It is right out here, dog. I'm on the floor that this exhibit is at. I'm right here. I could go take footage of it.
What will happen to one of the main attractions in Primm for decades? We reached out to the Prima Donna company, owner of the casinos, and have not heard back.
Wow.
And Clark County Commission Chair.
Okay, yes, that is right out here, dog. You got the car of Bonnie and Clyde that's all shot up. They got a couple of exhibits. You could sit down on the bench and watch like a black and white video just telling you about Bonnie and Clyde. Now it used to be, this exhibit actually used to be in Buffalo Bills. And when they shut that down, they brought it over here.
Main attractions in Primm for decades. We reached out to the Prima Donna Company, owner of the casinos, and have not heard back. And Clark County Commission Chair Michael Neff tells Fox 5 because the gas stations are along such an important route, there are operators interested in stepping in and taking over both locations. Coming up tonight at 10:30, what will happen now that nearly 350 employees are out of a job and employee housing? We will hear from them and what Clark County officials plan to do. That's coming up at 10:30.
All right, we'll get to another video in a second, a little bit more updated video. What's up, Vic? Let me see. I always felt like that casino was for old people. It smells like old people. Yeah, it does, actually, dog. It does. Actually, now it just smells like cigarettes, man. Look, I'll tell you guys this. Once upon a time, State Line was booming. Dog, this place was booming, man. With the roller coaster at Buffalo Bills. I mean, just all the attractions. The concerts, Latin Legends. I would go to Latin Legends. State Line was booming. They had like a little monorail that would take you to across the freeway. So if you were at Buffalo Bills, you could jump on the monorail and it would take you to Whiskey Pete's and back. And same thing for Primm Valley. If you're at Primm Valley, which is where I'm at right now, there's a little monorail. The track is still there. You were able to jump on the monorail and it would take you to the other side of the freeway to Whiskey Pete's and back. That's been shut down for years. For years, that's been shut down. Inside Buffalo Bills, they used to have a little water log ride where you jump on a log and you're on water. And this place used to be booming, man. This place was definitely booming once upon a time. And yeah, dog, it's all closing down. And that's gonna hurt truckers because the truck stop is closing down as well. Now, there's new updates. Let's get to that right now. Let's get to the updates. And like I said, this is going to affect me. This is why I'm so invested in this story. I don't really hear many people talking about it because nobody comes to State Line, Nevada anymore. It's been like that for a while. But it affects me at work. I stay here. I stay here at least once a week, at the very least. But for the most part, I'm here about 2, sometimes even 3 times a week. I stay here. And if they shut this sucker down, there is no place to stay between Vegas and Yermo, which is basically just northern Barstow. That's a big ass chunk of land. That's not right down the street. So I'm gonna have to make a decision. I'm gonna have to make a decision whether to stay in Vegas or can I push it to drive those many miles and make it to Yermo, which again is just basically northern Barstow. And hopefully I don't run in. Hopefully there's no accident. Hopefully, because if not, that's gonna jump me over my 14 hours. That's why State Line was perfect for me. What's up, O'Tunes? Let me see. Big Dog. Let's see, is that Picasso in the background? That is, let me see. What is that? I don't know, dog. It's just the wall. You got some hyena over there with binoculars. Damn, dog. Why'd you tell me to look back, Holmes? That hyena freaks me out now. Man. Damn, dog, I gotta sleep here tonight too, Holmes. Freaking hyena's just gonna be looking at me now. All right. Let me see. What's up, Bo Tunes? Sounds like you're home away from home. I'm telling everybody, man, that's why this is important. That's why I'm talking about this. That's why I made a video driving around this place showing everything. It's already somewhat of a ghost town, man. It looks like gang writing. Yeah, it does, huh? Sort of, man. But now that I never noticed that hyena right there. Damn, she looks scary. All right. So there's a little bit of a new update on somebody purchasing this, right? And it looks like it's going to be helping truckers. But I got some new updates from the workers that work here. I've been staying here for so many years. I know some of the workers.
Travel center and gas station company looking to purchase properties in Primm as they face a July 4th shutdown deadline. Officials with LV.
By the way, imagine that. 4th of July. 4th of July. That's the final date. So you can go ahead and come stay here, for 4th of July. But that is it. 5th of July, when everybody checks out, the doors close and it is over. And I got a little video that I probably should, I don't have it loaded up, but about like half of the slot machines, they're turned off. They are turned off. I go out there now and it looks sad, Holmes. It looks sad, man.
The petroleum.
There's still some people though. The bar's open.
Say they're in talks with Affinity Gaming and the Primm family to see what they can do to save the area's businesses and the jobs there from permanently closing. News 3's Jane Davenport spoke with the CEO and a Primm casino worker about the proposal.
Again, we want to restore the exit, and we just want to make Primm great again.
Chris Roach is the president and CEO of LV Petroleum. The company is the 4th largest travel stop chain in the country, with 84 travel stops across 36 states and 7,000 employees. Roach says they hope their next stop for business is in Primm.
It's a desert oasis. First thing you see coming in from California, last thing you see leaving Nevada.
That's all trucker stuff right there, man. The TA and all that.
California, last thing you see leaving Nevada.
He says their ownership group has looked at Primm property several times, adding that they've been in conversation.
Now, this right here, this building that you guys see right here, this is the one that's a little bit on a teeter-totter. The reason why this building sticks out, it's not a casino, it's not part, now it is here in State Line Primm, okay? However, this building is actually in California. Everything else here, everything from the casinos to the gas stations, the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, the Mexican restaurant, the mall that's been shut down. I don't think people even remember that there was a mall connected to here, to Primm Valley Resort and Casino. There was an actual mall. The building is still up. I remember I used to come stay here and I'd go walking in that mall, and little by little stores started shutting down, one after another. And then eventually one day I came and that was it. There was no more entrance to the mall, but I used to go walking into the mall. The building is still there. Everything here is in Nevada, with the exception of the building that you see right here, which is called the Lotto Store. That is in California. Now, it is barely in California, and the people that work there live here in Nevada. That's pretty crazy, huh? I live in Nevada, but I work in California. So that's the one that's a little bit in limbo, because this store here, this is California, and it's the only one in Primm that is in California.
Adding that they've been in conversation with both the Primm family and Affinity Gaming.
All the conversations have been very positive up to this point.
The announcement of a potential buyer also bringing hope to the Primm community.
I guess it will benefit a lot of people because.
See, that's it. That right there. That's the Lotto Store. It's in California. is connected to the parking lot of this casino that I'm at right now, but it's extended far enough where it's in California.
Unity.
I guess it will benefit a lot of people because right now, so many employees are like in a limbo. They don't even know what to do anymore.
This man, who is choosing to remain anonymous.
Oh, that's one of the workers. I will tell you guys this. There's quite a few foreigners with accents, and the ones that clean up the rooms and everything, I don't know where they're from. They have like this kind of Ethiopian look to them.
Don't even know what to do anymore.
This man, who is choosing to remain anonymous, says he's worked in Primm for 36 years.
I work at Primm first. Then I went to Buffalo Bills. Then I went to Whiskey Pete's. I've been working all 3 casinos through all those 36 years.
He says he was shocked and saddened to learn that Primm Valley Resorts, the Primm Center, the Flying J, and the Primm Lotto store would be permanently shut down in July, and all of the 344 employees terminated.
I'm 61. I'm close to retirement, but
Yeah, old tunes. Yeah, that it was in limbo, but there's not going to be any workers here. So they're going to close it down, even though it is in California. So it's restricted by another state's law, but the workers do live here in Nevada. But apparently it's still up in limbo.
Terminated.
I'm 61. I'm close to retirement, but still, I didn't want to go like this. You know what I'm saying? I never thought they would close it down, the whole thing.
Roach says if the deal goes through, they will make sure those 344 employees are not forgotten.
That's the mall. That mall has been closed down for so many years, people forget or people forgot that there's actually a mall here. That mall is connected to where I'm at right now, but there's no access to it, and there hasn't been access for a couple of years.
We would want to keep everybody gainfully employed. So we want to avoid the whole exit going dark. We want to avoid that at all costs and keep everybody working.
As for the plan, he says they would begin with renovations on the Whiskey Pete's side.
Did you guys ever hear that Whiskey Pete's? Okay, it was Whiskey Pete's for so many years, and then they changed it to Terribles, and then they changed it to Whiskey Pete's for I don't know why, because they just changed it to Whiskey Pete's for it to shut down. Did you guys ever hear that it was haunted? A couple of drivers, a couple of truckers said like, hey man, I never stayed in that tower. I always stayed in the casino. The casino has a few rooms, but I never stayed in the tower. But I heard that it was haunted. I don't know. I didn't stay there many times. I do have a little scary story that I've told on this channel before. If you guys want to hear it, man, I'll go ahead. Remind me, and I'll tell it at the end.
Bringing new brands and designs to the area.
Black Bear, along with a couple of different QSR brands and maybe 1 or 2 other FSR brands, full service restaurant brands.
He says if they are able to grow and develop the exit, there would be additional.
That's Primm Valley Resort and Casino. That's the only one that's open, which is exactly where I'm at right now. I walked in through those front doors today. I'll walk in through those front doors probably on Wednesday, again next week. This place is, dog, it's not a great, they don't have great rooms or anything, but dog, for me, it works perfect on the runs that I do, man.
Able to grow and develop the exit, there would be additional job opportunities. Plus,
we looked at the roller coaster. We love the roller coaster, but we're also looking at, if everything goes well, possibly a Ferris wheel.
He says they hope to close a deal sooner rather than later and before the July shutdown deadline.
I'm glad somebody's trying to invest and buy the properties. That would be the best solution.
Primm family released a statement earlier today saying, in part, we appreciate the many potential partners who have expressed varying levels of interest in operating one or more properties at Primm. However, recent reports suggesting that an agreement with any specific potential partner may be imminent are overstated and premature. Our family is currently considering opportunities involving multiple well-established operators that have successfully operated similar hotel casino properties in Nevada.
Okay. Shoot. Let me see. Hang on a second. All right. So, okay. So, here's where it stands right now. There's some investor that owns, I forgot how many truck stops, that is looking to invest here as well. Oh man. Okay. Got it. Amber alert canceled. All right. Glad they got that figured out. Shoot. Okay. Damn, where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. So somebody that owns a gang of truck stops throughout the United States is looking to invest into this as well, right? Here's the thing. Talking with people here, it's not going to happen in time. They still are going to have to move out of their housing. So even if somebody does come and take it over, it's not going to happen in time. This place is shutting down July 4th. That is the last date. If there's still just talks, if there's still just interest, it's not going to happen in time. This puppy is shutting down. And when it shuts down, everything is shutting down here. The casinos, the gas stations, the restaurants, everything is done. It is going to be gone. The buildings will still be here, but it's going to be gone. Now, what do I think? Let me see. I just checked Google and it says, yes, Whiskey Pete's is haunted. Really? Okay. All right. I just had a bunch of truckers telling me, like, hey, it's haunted right there. I'm like, damn. All right. I didn't stay there for too long. I never stayed in the big tower. The casino area has a couple of rooms connected to it. That's where I stayed. But something freaky did happen to me there. And not freaky in a good way. But that's it. If you guys want to hear that story, I'll tell it towards the end. Just remind me, man. Okay, so with the truck stop company, what they want to do is turn this all in for truckers, right? What does that mean? I don't even really know. Just obviously the Flying J, they could take that over. I wish the Flying J would stay open. At least for that, because there's a lot of truck parking there. As a matter of fact, make the truck stop even bigger. Make it even bigger. Have some rooms there. Build more showers. If all this is going to shut down, cool, fine, so be it. Turn it all in for trucks, man. Because from Vegas to not even Baker really doesn't have any. Baker has a lot of room for trucks to park, but that's it. You're still in your truck. There's a lot of room in Baker to park, but you're still there's nothing there for you. You could go eat, but there's no showers, there's nothing, right? Not until you get to basically Barstow. So they have an opportunity to turn this into like one big ass truck stop, or just for trucks, even if it's just on one side or the other. Here's the thing. Talking to a few managers here, right? Like I said, I've been staying here so long, dog. They know me, Hums. Apparently, once California started allowing casinos to be built, that was the slow beginning of the end for State Line. And thinking about it, thinking about it makes sense because people may not forget and people may not remember this, but there was a time where there was no casinos in California. It's been years, but yeah, there was a time where there was no such thing as casinos in Killer County, right? And Vegas will always be Las Vegas. All right, you go there. Yeah, it's you got the strip, you got downtown Fremont, you got the shows, the food. It's Las Vegas, and even then, Vegas is still kind of struggling, especially since they're pricing a lot of people out. But when it comes to State Line was kind of one of those little quick getaways. As a matter of fact, you could get on a one-day bus trip that will bring you here to State Line, kick it here for like 3-4 hours, jump back on the bus, boom, you go back. It was one of those turnarounds, right? But this place was booming, man. It was booming for those that wanted to get away from California, wanted to go to the casino, but did not want to go stay in Vegas. This was the spot. This was the spot. Now, I said I was to talk about Gene. Where is Gene? A lot of people don't even know about Gene. So Gene is in between here and Las Vegas. Doesn't really exist anymore. There used to be 2 casinos there, Nevada Landing and Gold Rush. Gold Rush, they changed the name to Terribles. Nevada Landing was like one big ass boat, right? That's how the casino was modeled. They tore that sucker down years ago. I don't know, dog, like 12, 13 years ago. They tore it down. You wouldn't even know that there was a casino there because it's been torn down, all right? The other one, Gold Rush, which is now called Terribles, they shut it down, man, I think in 2018, 2017, somewhere around there, 2019, somewhere around there. And they started to demolish it, and then they stopped. And now they're just using that parking lot for, they're storing a lot of pipes and all that. I don't know why they stopped demolishing it. I don't know. Right across the street, you have a 1-9 truck stop. It doesn't have a lot of truck parking, but at least it's a truck stop, but there's no showers. It's a very, very small truck stop. And then on the other side of the freeway, you have the world's largest Chevron station. It has 98 gas pumps. And just walking in there is badass, dog. It's a big ass gas station, right? But it's for cars. So anyway, going back to State Line and California building casinos, that changed the game. Because now if you want to get away, you don't got to come over here. You don't got to come to, if you don't want to go to Vegas, but you want to go to a casino and you want to get away, you would come here once upon a time. You don't got to do that anymore. Now you could go to Cabazon, Casino Morongo. Now you could go out to the Coachella Valley area, right? The Palm Springs area, the Indio area, the low desert over there. You could go to Fancy Springs. You could go Spotlight 29. You could go to Agua Caliente. You could go to the San Bernardino area. You could go to Yamava, which used to be San Manuel. You could go down to Pachanga in Temecula. Heck, there's casinos in the city. Hustler Casino in City of Commerce. I think Compton has a casino as well. So that building casinos in California was really the beginning of the end for State Line, Nevada, and just slowly it just started losing a lot of money. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, dog. Talking with people here that are a little bit more in the know, it's never gonna come back. It's never gonna come back. It might be, they might turn it into something else, but it's never gonna be what it once was. And I could see that. If people think that they're gonna come and pour a gang of feria into the Buffalo Bills casino, into Whiskey Pete's, into this casino, spend a lot of money, redo it, revamp it, renovations, grand openings. Yeah, that's going to be good because it's going to be the shiny new toy for like a year. Everybody's going to want to come and see, oh man, let me see what's going on over there. But after a year, that's it. It's just going to go back to what it is now. When something is brand new, that's when people are interested. But after that, that's it. When you have the grand opening, that's where everybody wants to show up and all that. Fast forward 18 months. It's just going to go back to what it is now. So I don't think this place will ever be what it once was. If somebody could come and try to save some of it, I don't think the casino stuff is going to work anymore. I think that's done. Maybe the other side where the truck stop is at, maybe they could go ahead and make that work. If they make it specifically for truckers and have more provisions for truckers, maybe that'll work. But as far as Buffalo Bills rocking and rolling, as far as this part rocking and rolling and all that, that's it, dog. That's it. You know, as Paulie told Rocky about Tommy the Machine Gun, the ship is sunk. It's sunk, Rocco. It's not worth it. That's it. You can come over here and spend hundreds of millions, if not billions. 2 years from now, it's going to be exactly what it is now. Doesn't matter how much money you invest, because this state line heavily relied on Californians. That's who would come here. On the Cerro, that's who came here. Specifically, Southern Californians. That's who came here. I mean, yeah, sure, there's other people from all over the world that came to check out what's going on here. But in reality, the vast majority were Southern Californians. Who's going to come to State Line anymore, man? People go to Pachanga. People go to Hustler. People go to Agua Caliente. They go out to the Palm Springs area. They go to Fancy Springs. They go to Yamava. They go to Morongo. Who's gonna make that long ass drive to come over here? And the shows and the the shows and the concerts and all that all happens over there at those casinos. Oh, I went to go see my boy Tim McGraw at Yamava. I didn't have to make the drive over here. All those casinos, they all have shows, they all have concerts, they all have different dates for different events. There, dog, that's it. The need for this place is done. The people have spoken. They've spoken with their actions, not their words, but with their actions. That's it. All that I really would like for them to do now, look, if they want to spend tens of hundreds of millions or billions to revamp this place, a toda madre. I'm telling everybody right now, 18 months, 2 years after you do that, it's going to die out. It's going to die out. What that fool say? He wants a Black Bear diner in here? What are you, nuts? What the hell are you talking about, dog? How is that going to bring people here? Now, if you want to have that here for truckers, by all means. Shoot, I'm a trucker, homie. Truckers love Black Bear Diner. Sadio, dog. Truckers love their dog. Truckers love their breakfast, homie. Sadio, dog. Breakfast is up there, man. But all that other stuff, man, none of that stuff is gonna work. All right, let me play one more video here.
Your setback for Primm, its last resort is closing. Thank you for joining us here at 4. I'm Brian Loftus.
I'm Kirsten Joyce.
It's last resort, which is where I'm at right now.
Employees have been told they just have weeks to pack up and leave. We have team coverage for you at this hour on the impact this will have. Investigator Kyle Payne joining us live in studio, telling us more about the history behind the town. Reporter Nick Summer in Primm with resident reactions as well.
But we go to Aaron Ariano live near Primm Valley Resort, the last standing property, Aaron, now set to close.
Yeah, today we got that confirmation. The Prima Donna company says Primm Valley Resort is permanently closing, along with some other properties here. People we spoke with today say they feel like it's an end of an era.
That is true. That is true. A lot of people that live here, that work here, they live here, and they live in that community. A lot of them are like, damn, it's like you're breaking up the family because they live here. Dog, you know, there's people here that don't even have a car. I was surprised to find that out. I'm like, you don't have a car? They're like, no, just walk to work and that's it. Everything is here. I'm like, damn. You're just like stuck in your own little world here. What's up, Droops? So a lot of them feel, man, you know, because they all live in the same spot, the same gated community. So a lot of them feel, you know, like their family's being broken up.
We always enjoyed it, you know, and it's sad to see it close up.
A prime pit stop for gas, food, shopping, and or gambling. Philip says he's been coming here for 30 years from Los Angeles.
It's really too bad, you know, because, you know, I still look at it as, you know, a necessity.
Half of those slot machines that you see in the background right now, they're shut down. They're done. They're still there. They're just off.
Basically,
I spoke with him inside Primm Valley Resort, the last remaining resort and casino in Primm, now set to close. Michael Garcia says although it was more of a pit stop for him than a destination, he gives Primm credit for attracting large crowds decades ago.
I just remember driving through on my way to Vegas or stopping to put fuel is how busy it was. You know, I'm talking, you know, early 90s.
In a statement, Prima Donna LLC says Primm Valley Resort, its Primm Center, and Flying J truck stop are all permanently closing on July 4th. Buffalo Bills Resort and Casino is also shutting down after having switched to an event-only operation in July of last year. Whiskey Pete's, which closed in 2024, also listed in the permanent closure.
Okay, see, that's the tower. Let me see.
Pete's, which closed in 2024.
Okay, that's the tower where all the rooms are at. But down below where the casino is at, there's a few rooms right there. The tower, I've never stayed there. And that's the part where truckers kept telling me, like, hey, it's haunted there, man. It's haunted. Like, oh, all right. I never stayed there, though.
Also listed in the permanent closures. Once a bustling travel hub for out-of-state visitors and staycations for Las Vegas locals, now a near ghost town.
Businesses shut down, people lose jobs, their income, you know, how they make a living, support themselves or their.
So behind them, you guys see the Primm Valley Resort and Casino, right? Okay, behind that is where all the housing for all the workers that work here, where they live.
Families. That's the unfortunate thing, but when less and less people come, that's what happens.
The newer casinos that they have don't have the character that these older casinos have as far as design and such. So, you know, it'll be missed.
And although not originally on that list of closures that we got, an employee at the Lotto store tells us that is closing down as well. Reporting live from Primm, Aaron Ariano, 8 News Now.
Now, in a statement from Corey Clementson, president of Primm and part of the Primm family, he says they were not given much notice of these closures. They are sad. They're concerned over the hundreds of Nevadans losing their jobs and the displacement of Primm residents.
Yes, speaking of the residents, there is uncertainty for dozens of them living in apartments tied to the Primm Resort. They must also leave by July.
8 News Now reporter Nick Summer continuing our team coverage with residents and how they're reacting, Nick, and what comes next.
Brian, Kirsten, residents at this apartment Desert Oasis Apartments behind me tell me they're now racing against the clock to find new employment, new housing, and in some cases having to move their families within just a matter of weeks.
It's so upsetting, man. And a lot of us, man, we grateful for being.
See, I used to think, like, who lives there, man? Right? And then that's I found out, like, oh, all the workers, they all live there.
It's so upsetting, man. And a lot of us, man, we grateful for being out here and doing it. Like a lot of these people, man, they've been out here 40, 50, 30 plus years, man.
Anthony Dabney has been a bar back at the Primm Valley Casino Resorts for over 3 years and said the closure hits especially hard.
I seen the email and I thought it was like a scam or something like that. And I really had to read it. And then when I seen the apartment stuff, that's what really said, oh, it's real.
The closure marks another major shift for the once busy border town along the 15. According to the notice by Primm Valley Casino Resorts, tenants were originally only required to receive 30 days notice, but the company is giving residents 60 days as a courtesy.
When you got to spend damn money to get a storage, a U-Haul, this is not 6 months, okay, I'm thinking about relocating, I'm doing this is 60 days.
Residents are now being told they must move out by July 6th. While some are hopeful they'll land on their feet, many say the short timeline is the biggest challenge.
It just sucks, man. You know.
Okay. Originally, it was July 6th. That was on the notice. But now, talking to people that work here, they moved it to July 16th.
Like I'm a tradesman and everything's getting shut down. So gotta go on the ground to find another job.
For workers who've built their lives around the small community, the news hits hard as there are limited housing options nearby.
I didn't see it coming. I had a feeling it was because, you know, Primm's a dying town.
And while Primm has long struggled with declining tourism and business closures, this latest shutdown raises concerns about what's next for the town and where these displaced workers will go next. Reporting live in Primm, Nick Summer, 8 News Now.
Some of those individuals expressed to Nick that they are actively searching for apartments across Las Vegas and Henderson, while others waiting to see if any assistance or relocation support will be offered, that is, through their employer.
For the latest on this and other stories.
Yeah. All right. Let me take this down. All right. So, like I said, from everything talking to, it's getting dark, man. Let me see. All right, so talking to people here, talking to management. Yeah, there's talks about other some other organizations coming and taking over, but it's not going to happen in time. If it even happens, it's not going to happen in time. This puppy shutting down. So I don't know how many of you guys ever came to State Line Primm. I've been here a few times outside of work. I came here to watch the Latin Legends a few times at Buffalo Bills. I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't come here that too many times, to tell you guys the truth, man. I think, like Vic said earlier, yeah, it always seemed more for like old folks. But I did ride the roller coaster at Buffalo Bills. But the reason why I'm bothered by this is because, like I've been saying, this whole live, or unless you're watching this on the archives, is because this is going to affect my job. This is where I've been staying for many years now. Trucking it from California to Nevada and back and forth. This became like my second home. Didn't really matter what casino. Buffalo Bills, I stood there for years. I only came here when they shut that down. I stayed at Whiskey Pete's a few times, but now I'm going to really have to play around with my hours once they shut this down, which is going to be in about a month. I'm really going to have to play with my hours and see if I want to risk it, trucking it all the way to Yermo, or do I just stay in Nevada? You know, it's not that big of an issue. I don't want to make it seem like, oh man, I'm over here like, wow, this is really gonna mess me up. No. You know, I feel bad for all the workers here, man, because I got to know a lot of them, even though quite a few of them already moved when they shut down Buffalo Bills and Whiskey Pete's. Some of them already had moved. But you know, I got to know quite a few people here, coming here year after year, and them knowing me by name, and that was pretty cool, man. But yeah, that's it. From Nevada, it's over, and it will. I'm telling you guys, it will never come back to what it once was. It will never come back to what it once was. Somebody will be a fool to invest so much money in the 3 casinos here, because it's just not going to work. Southern Californians ain't making that drive anymore, Holmes. There's no need to. They'll just make the drive to Palm Springs, to Indio, to Cabazon, to Casino Morongo. They're not going to make the drive over here anymore. That's done. It's over with. There's been so many rumors that they're looking to build an airport here. There's been so many rumors that they're looking to build some sort of energy solar panel plant here. There's so many rumors of so many things, right? The only thing I really do hope is that they reconstruct this to help truckers. The Flying J is shutting down, which is very unfortunate. Whoever, if anybody, does come here and invest, man, don't try to revitalize, dog. Don't try to, resurrect what's dead, homie. This is dead. This whole thing right here, it's never gonna work again the way it used to. That is done. There's no need for it. Instead, turn it into a trucker's paradise. Turn it into a trucker's paradise. Because going into California, now from here to Vegas, it's not that far. But from here to Vegas, I mean, once you get into Vegas, you have one truck stop at what, TA? That's getting into Vegas. There's a few more truck stops going, but that's all city life truck stops. But you could turn this into, man, if you got the feria, man, don't try to resurrect these casinos, homie. It's a dying effort. Instead, turn this sucker into a trucker paradise. That would actually work. You don't need to have casino. I mean, look, if you want to have a casino, that's cool. Just shrink the casino so truckers can go in there and gamble a little bit. Have a lot more fuel pumps. Have places to stay. Build more showers. You know how long some truckers have to wait for showers? Build more showers. Build more restrooms. Yes, have some, units of hotel staying in case some truckers actually want to stay in a hotel. It doesn't have to be this big. But have some rooms. Turn this into a trucker paradise, man. Have a bunch of trucking parking here with AC units that connect to the windows. Dog, you can turn this into a major trucking paradise. If you're going to invest feria into this place, do that. Because if you're going to invest feria to try to make this what it once was, dog, 18 months from now, you're going to be in the same damn situation as it is now, just dying. Ain't nobody coming over here, Holmes. Nobody's making this drive. Those days are done. They've been done. California has its own casinos. Ain't nobody taking that bus ride. Ain't nobody jumping in their car and driving over here for that. Chales, dog. They're going to go Pachanga. They're going to go Temecula. They're going to go to Yamava. They're going to go to all these. Ain't nobody coming over here anymore, man. And all this, oh, man, but we're going to have concerts. We're going to have shows. There's concerts and shows over there. There's concerts and shows over there. It's dead. This experiment, it was fun while it lasted. It's dead. You got so much room. Turn this sucker into a trucker paradise. There's a swimming pool. There's a swimming pool right there. Have a swimming pool for truckers. Have a pool. Man, hey, I just worked out at the gym earlier. Build a bigger gym. Build a bigger gym for truckers. Have a swimming pool for truckers. That's what I know. I'm getting a little excited right now. And I told myself I wasn't going to. But it makes me upset that you have billionaires, billion-dollar companies that want to invest into this town to bring it back to what it once was. Dog, that's not going to happen. It's done. Ain't nobody coming over here for that anymore. If you're going to invest money into it, make it all for truckers. Have a gym. Have a big-ass gym. Have a swimming pool. Have a jacuzzi. Get a massage parlor. I'll leave it at that. Have more truck parking. Make it a trucker's oasis. You're shutting down the Flying J, which is sad. There is nothing going into California until you hit Barstow. So make this a straight heaven for truckers. You come in here and spend a gang of feria to try to make these casinos live again. It's not going to work. You got all kinds of casinos in California now. It worked once upon a time because there was no casinos in California. A lot of people don't remember that, but there was no casinos in California. Now there's all kinds of casinos in California. Nobody coming here anymore. People go to Vegas because it's Vegas. It's the city of Vegas. Las Vegas. And even that's struggling right now. So just, if you're going to invest money, turn this into, truckers' paradise homes. That's your best bet. Turn this into truckers' paradise. Let me see. Yes. With all the casinos around California, who needs to travel? Yeah, exactly, dog. Exactly. Some people still go to Vegas. Don't get me wrong. It's like, hey, you know what? Let's all go to Vegas. But ain't nobody coming here to state line, dog. And just like everybody said here, it's like everybody, they highly relied on Southern Californians. Ain't nobody coming here anymore. If they go to Vegas, they're going to Vegas, but not here. I've been listening. Damn, I'm a little sad. Yeah, me too, dog. I stay here. Who's that? Castro the trucker? I stay here, homie. I stay here like 2 times a week. I'm here right now. So, and I'll be here. I'll be back here, staying here again. Probably on Wednesday. And next week, probably again. But that's it, dog. It's I stayed there for 2 years. Yeah, but the experiment's done. It's never gonna work again. That's it. That's it. You kill all the casinos in California, then maybe you could think about building casinos here. But as long as there's casinos in California, that's it. It's done, dog. It's done. Just turn this into straight out trucker's paradise. That's all you really need. That's all you really need. Have the rechargeable for your Teslas, whoever drives those things. And that's it, man. Have gyms for truckers. Have a swimming pool for truckers. Have a jacuzzi for truckers. I see the swimming pool right there. There's a jacuzzi right there. Have all that for truckers. Have all that. Have some rooms in case truckers want to sleep in a room instead of their truck. Build a bigger truck stop because the one across the way is a little bit small. Have more showers. Just make it a trucker's paradise, man. But anyway, all right. I'm going to tap up out of here. So let me tell you guys the quick little, let me take that down. So I said I had a little scary story of me staying at Whiskey Pete's. I never stayed in that tower. I stayed at the rooms that were connected to the casino. All right, so quite a few years ago, I'll tell you guys a story real quick and then I'll tap out. So quite a few years ago, I did stay there. I usually stayed at Buffalo Bills for many years and then here. And I've been staying here for quite a few years as well. Whiskey Pete's, I didn't stay there that many times, okay? But one of the times I did stay there, I wake up to go to my truck around 2 o'clock in the morning, all right? Anywhere between 2:30 in the morning, I get up, get ready, head out to my truck, all right? So I'm like in the 4th floor or something because it doesn't go that high. The tower, the hotel tower, that goes high. I don't know how many stories that is. It looks like it's 20 something, but the casino, the casino hotel, the hotel that's connected to the casino, it's only like 5 stories or something, 5, 6 stories. It's not high at all. So as I was getting ready to leave, remember this is like at, I don't know, 2:30 in the morning, homie. Okay. So as I was getting ready to leave, I heard something. I heard something hit the door. What the hell was that? Right? Which it's not unusual for drunk people to be passing by the hallway making noise, right? It's not unusual, dog, to hear people smashing, doing the damn thing, dog. You know, the walls aren't that thick, Holmes. You know what I mean? And you just hear it. You know, I ain't gonna get into detail on that. All right. You guys already know what I'm talking about. So it's a casino. All right. People drinking, people smoking, people smashing, doing the damn thing, all of that, right? So I didn't really think too much about it. I was like, all right, I don't know, maybe some drunk dude just fell against the door, or I don't know. I didn't really think much, right? I'm getting my stuff, and I'm expecting something when I open the door. I'm like, well, somebody hit the door, right? I open the door. All right. I think you guys can hear me. Let me see. I think these things died out. Testing 1 2, test 1 2. Shoot. Okay. All right. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. Yeah, it looks like my sound is all right. I think my headset died off. All right. So as I'm exiting, I see a little dog, like a little small, one of those little small, I don't know what you would call them, like Richie Rich dogs. I don't know, dog. They're small dogs. They got like long hair. I only see rich people have those dogs. You know what I mean? They're like that big. They're whatever, Holmes, right? I just see a little dog. I'm like, the hell? How'd that fool make that noise, right? So it looks up at me and then it kind of moves out of the way. And I step out and I know I saw someone from the corner of my eye. I saw someone just standing, and I closed the door. And when I closed the door, the person turned around. It was a chick. Okay. It was just a plain looking hyena. Nothing special about her, nothing. She turns around. So when I closed the door, that's when I noticed that she had her back to me because she spun around and she was looking at me. She was a little bit down the hall. She wasn't like way down the hall or anything, but she wasn't real close to me either. She was, a few rooms down, and she turns and she looks at me. No facial expression. She's just kind of like staring at me, right? And I just do one of these kind of, I just start going on my way. Now the elevators are away from the casino, right? Because I'm going to the trucking parking lot. So as I go, it's all the way at the very end, the furthest away from the casino. So I go, and as I get to the elevator, I just kind of glance over and I see that she's still standing there, just looking at me, right? Just like, the heck? And I push the button for the elevator to open. And I'm waiting, and you can see the elevator coming up. Remember, it's only like 4 floors, right? So as the elevator finally gets up, it does the thing, right? The little thing for the doors to open. As soon as I heard the thing for the doors to open, this hyena starts sprinting. Bam, dog, sprinting my way. I'm not gonna lie, homie, it kind of freaked me out a little. I didn't look at her direction. I didn't look at her and be like, what the heck? But I noticed she starts sprinting, like, damn, what the heck? So I go inside the elevator, kind of thinking, is she gonna get in the elevator? Does she need to make the elevator or what? She's already kind of freaking me out a little bit, Holmes, right? She runs in front of the elevator, right? So I'm standing, I'm in the elevator. She runs in front of the elevator, in front of me, but outside of the elevator. So she's still in the hallway. She did not enter the elevator. She stops, she stands there, and she just looks at me. And I said, you need to come in? She doesn't say a single word. She just stands there, just staring at me. Just like no facial expression, just staring at me. The door's closed. Like, all right. As the elevator is going down, I'm not going to lie, dog. I'm thinking to myself, this hyena's crazy. She ran pretty damn fast. I'm not going to lie, dog. She ran pretty damn fast. And I'm only going down like 4 floors. And I'm thinking to myself, dog, when these elevator doors pop open, is she going to be there? Is she going to, I don't know, dog, attack? Is it on? What the hell is going on? Who did the dog belong to? Was it her dog? Where did the dog go? I don't even know, because in that mist right there, in that mess, I don't even know. I didn't even pay attention to where the dog was. So as the elevator is going down, I'm thinking, damn, I'm thinking the scariest thing. I'm thinking the doors are going to pop open and she's going to just like rush in, dog. You know, like I'm thinking like, oh, it's on. So something's going to happen here. The door's open. She's not there. I get out, dog. I go to, I'm in the parking lot now. The parking lot's, you know, it's like, it's before 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching my back. It's a woman. I get it. It's a woman. But I'm going to tell you guys this, though. Women in the middle of the night can be more scarier than dudes, Holmes. Just the look of them. Right? Now, I'm not talking about a hyena that's all dolled up. I'm not talking about a hyena that's coming out of the club trying to get some. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a hyena, dog, that just, you know, she looks like large Marge, dog. You know what I mean? Like no makeup on. Hyenas can look scarier at that time in the night, which is still morning. They can look scarier than dudes, Holmes. I kind of would have preferred it to be a vato. That way, like, immediately there'd be no guessing. Right? If there was a dude, Holmes, as soon as those doors would have opened, I would have taken flight. Straight up. Like, dog, you're freaking me out, homie. It's on. It is on. I don't care, Holmes, right? But because it's a chick, now it's like, okay, I gotta wait to see what the heck she's gonna do. Either way, Holmes, I made it to my truck. Never saw her again. But that's my little freaky story, man, at Whiskey Pete's. I don't know what happened to the dog. I don't know who the heck this hyena was. I got no idea. I got no idea, dog. You know, I've told this story before, and that's about that, man. So, yeah, man. Things happen at casinos, homie. Things happen. The only thing that happened here at Primm Valley Resort and Casino was I used to park in the back. in the very back. Now I park right here in front, but I used to park in the very back. And there's an elevator in the very, very, very back. And again, you guys got to remember, we're talking about 2:30, before 3 o'clock in the morning. There's an elevator back there to go downstairs to go into the parking lot. And it scared the heck out of me one time because as I'm waiting for the elevator, the doors open and there's a dude. I thought it was a dead body. But the vato was just drunk. He was passed out. Like I'm standing there waiting for the elevator, and boom, the elevator doors open, and right in the corner, there's some vato tirado, just like that scared me a little bit. Like, oh shoot! And first thing I thought was like, dog, this fool's dead, Holmes. I'm gonna take the stairs. You know, like I'm gonna take the stairs. Let somebody else find the body. I'm good. I don't want to get caught up in any investigation. I'll go take the stairs. But then I heard him breathing, like, and then mumbling a little bit, like, okay, this was drunk. And then I did think, should I take the elevator or not? And then I did, because it was just one floor down. So I just took it. And so, he starts moving a little bit. I didn't say a single word to him. The elevator doors open, walked out. I was on my way. So, all right, freaky. That hyena, yeah, dog. I'm telling you, it scared me, man. It scared me. Like I said, I wish you were a dude instead, Holmes. That way, you know, you'd take flight right then and there. But it was scary, dog. Yeah, no problem. Hey, Stephanie, what's going on, homegirl? Hope you're doing well, my sister. Keep the Riverside down, girl. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to tap up out of here. So, yes, State Line, Primm, Nevada is shutting down, and it's shutting down for good. At least as the way we once knew it. Will it reopen? Probably, but it will never be what it once was. Never. I'm telling you guys right now, it will never be what it once was. Maybe it will be what it once was for a year. If they're really that foolish to invest that much money to bring him back the golden years of what this place used to be, but it's not going to last long. It's not going to last long. They got to take it. They got to make it something else. Please, love of God, man. From my mouth to God's ears to the billionaire investors that are going to invest into this little small town, just make it a trucking heaven on earth for truckers. That is your best bet. As always, familia, live your life like on the road. Be aware of surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you live. Below to make spam. Until next time, this is Ed the Troll Trucker. Over and out.